Test, test, test. Test, test, test. Hello, 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 hello! Hi all, and welcome to another edition of TraderCast Youtube live trading. My name is Phil. I'll be your presenter today. I was away for a bit, as I know some of you've noticed that. I had to go and deal with some family matters, which were quite important, and I'll be back on this channel, broadcasting a little bit more frequently again, at least for another few weeks, and I'll take another break. But anyway, I'll keep you updated on all of that as we go along. Now, let me just wait for a few more minutes for people to come in and join us. I'll wait and see if this is all streaming okay. I will try and cover quite a lot of stuff that could be of relevance today ahead of the US Open. Yesterday we had a fairly decent a volatility trigger in shape of Fed minutes, and we'll cover all of that. And we'll talk more. I have my news feeds on, so just in case if that comes in, if it's too loud, I'll readjust it. If you have any questions, come into the chat room and ask, either in the community element of the TraderCast, or if you are watching this on the outside, you are more than welcome to ask questions in the community as well. Okay, so I can see this is all streaming quite nicely. So now let me just go on silent for a second, and I'll just set this up. No rush today, plenty of things to talk about. Okay, I'll just show you what I have open at the moment. Hey Robert, good to see you. Hi Robert, good to see you. I don't know if there's a few more people in. What am I on now? I have long S&P at 44, 471.40, and I am long GBP USD at one spot. 30.50. I got there. I'm gonna get out of that trade quickly, and okay, this is 7th of April. Okay, now here we are. That's where I'm. Good to see you back. Good to see you back, Robert, as well. Apologies, as I said, I was away for it's almost 4 weeks now. Yeah, I had to leave with short notice. I had to go and deal with some family issues first, but I'm back now. So we were on hold for a while, and hopefully this will all go through as per normal. I'll start posting more stuff in the community as well, with some trade ideas and the analysis as well. Before I go and do anything else, let me just go and check that this is all live on YouTube as well. Plenty of time today, no rush. If you have any questions, I would encourage you to ask it because it would oh, okay, here we go. Brilliant. Hi Robert, hi all. Anybody else watching? Thank you. Brilliant. I'll check if there is anything there as well. Okay, for those of you who are watching this for the first time, welcome to TraderCast YouTube live channel, and this is only an opportunity for me to say hi and I exist, and if you like what we do here, you're more than welcome to find out more about what we offer on TraderCast.com. If you're looking for a community, if you're looking for the education, check out mytradingskills.com. This is a little bit about me. This is actually what I looked like before COVID. I can see I'm more casual now. Over the past 10 years, I had the privilege of speaking in front of various different industry events, and I had the privilege of teaching many people how to trade. But I also trade since 2004 using the margin and derivatives. Big disclaimer here, anything that I say here should not be considered to be advice. These are basically my opinions and experiences. I do not have the indication of your personal investment and trading objectives, but basically what I'm trying to do here is I'm trying to provide you with a practical application of what I think, I actually firmly believe a novice trader should be able to do. Somebody who is fairly new to trading, or maybe even if you want to say early stages intermediate trader. So this is like baby steps, early stages. What you'll see here is nothing complicated, no complex indicators, no complex trading strategies. It's very simple: price action, trend following, support and resistance, and so on and so on. So practical application of what I think you should be able to do if you invest a little bit of time going through some courses. Our courses might not be your cup of tea. The way I teach might not be the way you learn. I completely understand, but go and find somebody else who can help you out. On the other hand, I was contacted by many people who were saying, hey, this is really great. We miss your channel. We like to see your live trades, and we are basically reassuring ourselves that our analysis is on the right path, especially since I have an open trade and I manage it in front of you. So that's something that other people find very educational and actionable as well. So from the open trades point of view, I have two open trades. I currently have long S&P from 47.71. I might get out of that trade fairly quickly, especially if I don't see the reaction that I want ahead of the open. This trade is in the money. It's a small profit at the moment.
Fed funds rate unchanged on April 6th at 0.33%.
And I am also long sterling dollar from 130.50. This was triggered on a limit order. I had an order in the system which was filled earlier on today, so it wasn't initiated at market. It was basically the level that I was looking at, and I have a couple of other orders waiting. So I have a dollar card long at 124. Apologies. I have a longer dollar card at 124 with about 100 point stop there, and I also have euro dollar long. It's quite kind of speculative counter trend at 108.60 with about 100 point stop. I'll tell you about it more when we start looking at the kind of charts, but this is what I have currently open, which I have live right now. So before I do anything else, I do want to show you. So let's do this. Let's do S&P, and I'll show you where we are with that, and sterling dollar, and then we can we can see where we are. Let's change a different time frame, and then that could be better for you. Okay. So this is where I am with S&P. Before I go into fundamentals and maybe some economic data and so on, so this is where I am with S&P. I got in yesterday evening after that Fed sorry, just before the Fed minutes, and I had a fairly wide stop, which was just below these levels down here at 44.40, and I was looking for a spike higher. Initially, that was the reaction, so we saw a bit of a spike, and then this is overnight lull as well. So all of this can morph into something different. If I see a dip lower and the loss of these lows here, I'll show you all of that in a minute, then I'll get out of this trade. I'm currently risking about 13 points, let's call it 14 points on this. I don't know if you can see this. I'm risking about 13.34 points or 660 euros in money terms. The position is currently in the money. I'm making a small profit. I was making a little bit more before. But I do want to see if this reverses and goes up higher and breaks through these highs. I'll show you all of that. My limit order is up here towards 45.80, and then subsequently up here 46.50, 46.70. So quite a kind of disproportionate amount of reward to risk ratio, 15 to 1 reward to risk ratio. I like these trades. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy to get out of this.
Comments coming through from Bullards now said even with financial market tightening, Fed remains behind the curve in inflation fight. Says even a generous reading of monetary policy rules show federal funds rate of around 3.5% needed to fight high inflation versus the current 0.25 to 0.5%. Bullard says it's important the Fed now ratify the guidance it has given with interest rate increases at coming meetings.
I like these trades. If I'm wrong, I'll be happy to get out.
So Bullard says the Fed still seems behind the curve.
Okay, great. The other thing that I have currently open is sterling dollar. That's also in the money. My S&P is not really looking that well. There's a bit of a pullback lower, but let's see. So sterling dollar, and again, this was more speculative. It was based on the belief that Fed, although they appear to be hawkish and they'll be tightening monetary policy and hiking rates going forward, the impact of each of these rate hikes will diminish. The markets will react with the lesser and lesser bullishness for US dollar. So this appears to be a fairly significant retest of the lows for cable 1 spot 30. It was a dip buying here.
Comments. Bullard sees US GDP growth slowing to 2.8% this year.
So yet again, a very tight stop currently of about 14 points or $70 US dollars in the money terms. I'm currently in the money here, just a small profit here, about $80. If I'm wrong, I'll get out of this trade fairly quickly, but I think that we could see a bit of a reversal if these lows hold. So this low here from the 6th of April, and then this low here from 6th of April as well. So two lows on the same day. Let's see if this plays out. But it was a good level. I was really happy with that level. Basically a retest of the previous low, and this is what happened overnight. And then this morning session here as well. This is only a 15-minute time frame. So I'll keep you informed. I'll keep you informed about this trade as well. I'm leaving it running at the moment as is. And as I said, I have two other limit orders. One is for dollar CAD and the other one is for euro dollar as well. My S&P is not doing that well at the moment. This is a losing trade now. So let me show you. This is a losing trade now. So it's going through my entry level, and I'll just zoom in and show you where I am with that. And this is my stop. So this is my entry and this is my stop. So not too far away from it. It's about 10 points away from where the stop is. If I'm stopped out, I'll look to reassess this and engage again. Okay, cool. Now, so let me just go and talk to you about some other stuff before we start analyzing the markets more. Do you need anything covered? Are you trading anything? I'll be more than happy to do so.
Comments from Ukraine's negotiator. Says comments by Russia's Lavrov suggesting Kiev presented Moscow with draft peace deal that continued unacceptable elements. So he dismisses those comments by Russia's Lavrov, the Ukrainian negotiator.
We had initial jobless claims.
To Reuters that Lavrov is not directly involved in negotiations and therefore his statements are of purely propagandist significance.
Okay, Fed Bullard's US GDP growth showing 2.8% in
Ukrainian side, a pushback on those earlier comments from Russia's Lavrov.
Still behind the curve. Fed still seems behind the curve according to Fed Bullard. Even with financial market tightening, Fed remains behind the curve in inflation fight according to Fed Bullard. So that normally means that, you know, if this is the kind of talk that he's kind of projecting, that should translate to US dollar strength. So that's why we are seeing this kind of a pullback in cable here. That's why we are seeing pullback in equities, because if you have a monetary policy tightening, that's normally perceived to be negative for stocks, for the stocks themselves. Okay, initial jobless claims came out today as well, showing 166,000 people claiming U.S. unemployment insurance. The estimate or a forecast was that that number will show 200,000. So the number was slightly better. The previous number came in at 171,000. So slightly better than forecasted for the jobless claims. The other thing that we should talk about, markets stable on Wednesday after minutes of the Federal Reserve latest policy meeting provided more clarity on the central bank's campaign to quell rampant inflation. U.S. equity futures were already U.S. equity futures were steady after the tech-heavy Nasdaq 100 posted its deepest two-session drop in nearly a month. That's it. Okay, so that's a good one. Robert is saying, can we cover Wall Street? Absolutely, yes, yes. Yep, absolutely fine. So Wall Street is this one here. So let's do that. Okay, I don't know why this is not working. Okay, cool. So let's go and check out Wall Street. So before we do that, this is looking like a decent support here, but it appears to be bearish. US briefing, ECB accounts inflation was projected to remain above target in 2023. European gas hovers near highs with reluctance to ban Russian flows. Global recovery body warns of liquidity risk in corporate debt. Inflation, ECB inflation was projected to remain above target in 2023. Lavrov, Ukraine presented a new draft agreement to Russia yesterday. Eurozone retail sales disappointing. German factory output orders higher 0.2% in February, but Ukraine clouds loom. EU full ban on Russian coal to be pushed back to mid-August. EU countries hunt for global coal stocks as a Russian ban looms. Yeah, I was trying to buy some coal as well. I thought I'll check the coal reserves that we have in our garden, and I thought, okay, I might buy some, you know. And I was surprised to see that the price went up quite high, and I was quoted 26 euros a bag of coal, which is about 40 kilos of coal. And I would normally buy the same quantity between 18 to 20, maybe even 22, between 18 to 20 euros a few months ago. So definitely a huge increase, almost of 25% increase in coal, and this coal is not coming from Russia; it's coming from somewhere else. So yeah, definitely an impact there already. Now, so how does that all impact our equities? So let's go and check out equities ahead of the open. US markets will open in about 17 minutes time. So I don't know where you are, in which part of the world. And definitely, sorry. But it's about 17 minutes for me here. This is Wall Street, or Dow Jones as it's known. This was a massive oversold bounce back. This appears to be high, a lower high, and now this appears to be a lower high. So this, and this appears to be a very significant level of support. This looks like a breakout and a possible retest of that breakout level. If this area here doesn't hold and we see the end of day close below the cluster of these lows down here, i.e. yesterday's daily trading range low at 34,300, it could open the way for a more meaningful and deeper corrective pullback towards 34,000, 33,860, possibly even lower. So this appears to be quite bearish. From the intraday point of view, there's a little bit of a pattern here forming. This looks like higher lows, a bit of a rounding top, high, lower high, lower high. All of this appears to be bearish from the intraday point of view. So now this pattern here is the one that I will be paying special attention to, because this pattern can possibly trigger to the downside. And yet again, this is the 4-hourly time frame, so it's suitable for somebody who's looking for a swing type trade. So there's a coiling price action, coiling price action here. High, lower high, low, lower low, lower low. if we see a dip below here and a push lower, in particular below 34,000, let's call it 34,300 or thereabout. So this low here, this low here, this low here. If we see an end of day close or a loss of that level with some conviction, some heavy selling, it could open the way for a fairly fast and furious extension to the downside. And that extension can be projected in this way. So the widest point of this consolidation extended at the point of the breakout will give us this zone down here as a take profit level. So 34,060, 34,000, so nice and even number, and then 33,860. That area is also of interest if I apply the fib ratio, and that's a 50 and a 61.8 fib zone here as well. And then we also, from the daily point of view, have this previous high, we have this previous low, there's a number of wicks here, so tested here and here again, definitely this closing, definitely here as well, and then definitely here. So a fairly significant level of interest around there from the intraday point of view. The alternative view would be if for whichever reason we see a rally from here and this rising support holds. So we see a rally from here and a breakout. So then this will become kind of blue. So therefore a bullish rally higher. Then it would negate this bearish continuation pattern, potentially opening the way for the retest of this zone up here of 34,670, possibly even higher towards 34,770 on the upside. So something like this perhaps. Because that's where the price would meet a falling resistance trend line. If you remember, we had a trend line which was going this way and then also this way. So this becomes the resistance trend line, and then what bearish traders would like to do is they would like to see a rally breakout and a push in here, and then what they would like to do is they would like to see if the price reverses from there and pushes lower like so. So this would be a short setup here with a tight stop above with a view to take profit down here again. So a number of combinations here, a number of opportunities. I might look to do something from the intraday point of view at the open or shortly after the open with Dow, but I have nothing open.
Barclays, they're recommending long positions in US 10-year treasuries.
I have nothing open at the moment. So based on this setup here, I'm going to actually place a limit order. I'm going to do something like this. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, where's my Dow? I'm going to place an order with Dow to short sell. So I'm going to place an order to short sell Dow at 34,670, which is this zone up here. The stop is going to be at 34,800, which is 130 points away. And the limit order is going to be at 34,000 down here, 34,060. So 600 points below. So I'm going to place this limit order. So this order is placed. It's not an open trade. It's an order. So let's see if this plays out. That's what I would like to do. A couple of opportunities here from the intraday point of view. I'll be happy to short below these lows as well, but we could see a rally and a rejection as well from the swing point of view. So there are two different trades, two different time frames going on, and let's see how this plays out. So currently I still have that long S&P and a long cable. Currently I only have those two positions open. Um, so that's where I am, Robert. With I just posted that for you. Good. Okay. The other couple of things that we should be talking about very quickly. There's a good opportunity in FTSE for a setup as well, and let me just show you that. So 74. So this is FTSE index. It appears to be quite nice and bullish here. This is a daily time frame, and good luck with that, guys. So there is a cluster of these lows here, and the way I'm seeing this is I'm seeing this as a sideways consolidation here, which could possibly break to the upside. That's one option. The other option would be a corrective pullback from here. A loss of these lows at 75.30, and then a dip into this zone here, which is a cluster of these lows. So this high, this low, this range here, and then these two candles as well at 74.90, 7,500. Wow. Just hold on a sec, please. Test, 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 test. Apologies, guys. Apologies. I just had to step away for a sec. Test. Okay, we're all good. Talking about FTSE here. 3 minutes. We have 3 minutes to US markets opening, and potentially we could see a dip from here towards through these lows into this zone down here at 7,500. So a nice and round number, 7500. And then potentially from that point we could see a rally, an attempted rally higher. So this would be a resistance, support, resistance, support, support, resistance up here, testing, 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 support, 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 another leg higher, and then potentially we could see a move to the upside. So this appears to be like a really good appealing level for FTSE. If that's the case, then the stop should be just below, with a view to take profit at the breakout of these highs and higher as well, and higher. So yet again, this is the 4-hourly time frame. So what I'll do is just see. S&P is not doing well, but cable is. So this is kind of a swing type position, 4-hourly. So yet again, I would probably like to put another order just to be on the safe side. And let's see if that does anything. So FTSE, on a buy through order 7,500, nice and round number, with the stop 74.20 down there, about 80 points of risk. We take profit at 7,750, so 250 points.
Comments from the Russia's Novak says global oil demand is rising.
250 points of potential gain. So that's an order. So 70, this one here. So if this happens, then partial profit taking at 76.13, and then further up 76.50, and then 7,750 on the upside as well, which would be up here. So a number of take profit levels, 3 take profit levels, and a very tight support to the downside. So that's where I am with the FTSE. Let's see if that plays out, and if it does, at least I want to have an order, and then I might react to it or adjust it or amend it. Dow, still waiting. Euro dollar is pushing her. Cable, come on cable, we want to go higher. Dollar yen going sideways. Dollar cards moving higher as well, and gold going sideways. Crude oil looking for a direction as well, 97.24. Nothing new here, to say. So let me just give you the update on those two positions. My S&P position is currently a losing position. There we go. So it's still there. I'm about just 150 euros in kind of in red at the 200 euros red at the moment. This is my stop. This is my stop down here. Nothing to report. Nothing to report with this trade. And my cable is doing a little bit better. Oh, I like this Dow short. This is actually good. I should have jumped on it. And this is my cable trade. I'm in the money here, about $117 or thereabout. And this is my this is my current risk. So what I'll do with this trade is, because my S&P is currently losing trade, I'm going to move my stop loss just above my entry. So I'm going to lock in about 6 points on this trade, or therefore just under $30. So if the price goes against me, I'll be stopped out with a little bit of a profit, and I'm not taking profit just yet. I would like to take profit higher at the breakout of 131, possibly even higher than that. This was all linked with the conversation that we had in relation to Fed and their comments and how their activities might be perceived going forward. But that's where I am. Some partial profit possibly up here, 131. Stop loss moving higher, locking in some unrealized profits. But that's where I am with cable. So happy with that. Happy with that trade at the moment. Happy with that trade at the moment. Where are we?
The Russian finance minister says Russia will do all that is possible to make sure their creditors receive their money.
Okay, let's see if there's anybody else watching here.
To make sure their creditors.
Okay. Nothing new to report
More
here.
from Bullard says the Fed about to start asset runoff at their coming meeting. The Fed's Bullard says the Fed about to start their asset runoff at the coming meeting.
Let me just see what's happening here with the Dow. This is the opening candle. It's a 5-minute candle. I'm keeping a close eye on. Look, Nasdaq is rallying. S&P is also attempting to rally. Dow is lagging behind them. So if you remember, we were looking at this 34,300 level. From the scalp point of view, it didn't do anything yet. It didn't do anything yet. But let's see. This looks a little bit more encouraging for my S&P, but it's a very small profit at the moment. Very small profit at the moment as well. That position is flipping between winning and losing at the moment. So where am I now? Let me just go and do that. So that's that S&P. It flipped back to a small profit. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 pause, bit of indecision here with this. It's not dodgy, it's spinning bottom, and now this looks encouraging because you have a green candle. This could look like a morning star reversal here, and if we open this bit here in a different time frame, so if we open that in a 5-minute time frame or a 15-minute time frame, they have high, lower high, lower high, and this potentially could be a breakout above the resistance, so a reversal breakout of the resistance. So I'm still happy to hold this trade. I'm still happy to hold this trade. My P&L now looks better. My P&L looks better. What I'll do is I will move my stop closer to entry. So I'm still carrying certain amount of risk. I'm risking about 3 points on this trade, or just under 160 euros on this trade. I'll be looking to take some partial profits if I can. This would be a good level. This would be a good level up here, 44.83. So if that happens, here we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to close part of my position here. I'm going to close 20 out of this trade. I'm going to cash in this amount of money, and you can see that my position reduced from 50 contracts down to 30 contracts. And what I'm going to do at this point in time, I'm going to move my stop at break even, and just actually no, I'm going to put it slightly above. I'm going to lock in another point or another 37 euros on this trade. So just from the trade management point of view, I'm really happy with this now. So this is good. We are at the open. We've been open for about 8 minutes, and we are seeing this nice reversal here and a push higher. So took some money off the table. I want to see how far this goes, and if it does, I'll be happy. I'll be happy with this position to leave it on. And now we're seeing even a Dow. A Dow is also attempting to reverse. And if you remember, we were looking at this pattern here, and I have a limit order to short sell up here. So I'm looking for a rally breakout and a push in here for a short
just
sell.
picking up a note here from ING strategist Chris Turner, who says yen intervention is unlikely this side of 130.
So that's where I am with the Dow.
He says to justify own account FX intervention to sell dollar yen, Japanese authorities would have to strongly argue that the weak yen was not only a Japanese problem but a global problem.
Now when they're
He says,
talking
in
about,
fact, it does seem hard to argue that weak yen is even a problem for Japan.
now when they're talking about yen. So let's go and check out a few currencies, because I told you I have a few limit orders in the system. So you've seen me place a limit order for FTSE, and you also saw me place a limit order with Dow Jones. But I told you that I have a couple of other limit orders. One is with euro dollar at buy at oversold levels. So let me just show you euro dollar. So euro dollar in my book is downtrending. There's no two ways about it. This was the previous support. Now loss of that support looks like a resistance. Cluster of these lows is actually quite important. That's a significant low. And I have a limit order to buy just down here, and I missed it by a bit. Now this is the resistance, this area up here, so that will be the area of interest. From the intraday point of view, you could see an oversold rally here for another leg lower, so something like that. So 109.80, 110 on the upside. From the daily point of view, clearly defined trend. bears are in charge here. ECB might not be able to do anything with the rates anytime soon, where Fed appears to
More
be...
from Bullard says the confluence of high inflation and low Fed policy rates has put the central bank into a tough position.
Here we go. So it's strange that I wasn't filled. I literally missed it by a little bit. So my long order on euro dollar was just below there. Spike and push higher, but hey, that's the position. It didn't trigger. It didn't trigger. You can see dip and a push higher. So far, no joy with euro dollar at the moment. But cable triggered, which is good. We were talking about oh, this is Dow. Dow is really pushing. Look, it came down to 34,300, that level that we talked about, and it's rallying from there. It's rallying from there. So let's see what it does now. Dollar yen. There is a nice possible setup in dollar yen. So dollar yen appears to be quite nicely uptrending. So this is bullish scenario for dollar yen, i.e. stronger US dollar and weaker Japanese yen. How can this be played? Well, this can be possibly a setup for a short sell at 124.30 or thereabout. This swing high here with a tight stop above, with the take profit down here towards 121.80. So basically what I would like to see is, I would like to see if these highs here hold place. Otherwise, if we see a breakout through here, then this area up here becomes of interest. So something like this, a rally into that zone, and then a rejection there. And the rejection there. So something like that. From the intraday point of view, this appears to be nice consolidation here. They have the tendency to break to the upside, and if they do, then obviously this would likely be a take profit area for anybody who is sitting in a bullish camp here. So big level of interest, 124.30 for dollar yen. Breakout above that level opens the way for a gradual push higher towards 124.80, 125. Alternatively, rally and a rejection, or a sell-off from here and loss of these current lows towards 123.40 could open the way for a gradual move lower, and then a possible retest of this zone down here at 121.70. That's where I am with dollar and Japanese yen. Dollar yen. The rally and the rejection. Sorry, just checking to see if this is all going through. It is. We've been broadcasting for about 55 minutes or so. Breakout retest from the intraday point of view. Is there anything else that you guys are looking at? Sorry, cable. Cable is downtrending. High, lower, high, lower, high, lower,
The
high.
Senate Majority Leader Schumer says the Senate's moving forward to a ban on Russian oil imports.
So that's a weekly one. This is the daily one. Energy build up, energy build up, energy build up, energy build up. It is at the oversold levels, but hey. So from the cable point of view, this zone up here would be of interest for the resistance. So something like that. So basically a rally from these current oversold levels into there, and then a rejection. So rally and a rejection there. I'm currently long cable, sterling dollar. It's a counter trend trade. So that's where we are with the 4 hourly, coiling, rally and the rejection. 4 hourly, 1 hourly. It's going sideways, and a 15-minute, absolutely nothing, but it's holding these lows. So still in this position. Nothing new to add to this at the moment. Here we go, a reversal now. This is Nasdaq. Even S&P is reversing, so let me just show you where I am with that S&P trade. So I took partial profits up here, and I'm going to be stopped out now fairly quickly. I'm going to be stopped. Here we go. So I'm out of this trade. See, it went up and it didn't follow through. So it went up, it sucked enough people to go long up here, and it didn't carry on. Instead, there was some profit taking, and now we are seeing a reversal. So if you've seen some of these sessions before, you've seen me take partial profits, and this is the reason why I'm taking partial profits, because firstly I'm satisfying my desire to pay myself, to take some money off the table, and then I quickly move the stop at entry or above entry to protect myself, therefore reduce the amount of risk exposure and so on. So even if the price doesn't carry through in a projected or desired direction, at least you took some money off the table, and you know, your winning trade did not completely turn into a losing trade. And if you're doing so, I know quite a few people are kind of scratching their heads now and saying, but why wouldn't you keep the full size, and you would make more money if you just kept the full size and so on. It doesn't really matter. In my book, it doesn't really matter. What matters is that you control your losing trades. You take your losses very quickly, and you lose often and much less than what you potentially make. So if you're taking partial profits...
Putin has discussed Ukraine peace talks with the Russian Security Council. That's Reuters citing RIA. Says Russia's Putin has discussed the Ukraine peace talks with his Russian Security Council.
If you take partial profits from the psychology point of view, it's quite good, because then you felt that you took some money off the table, and then whatever happens. You're looking for a extension of your trade, and you're managing the remainder of your trade from the position of strength. You are in the money, and you are behaving differently and so on. And somebody told me a long time ago...
Putin's also discussed Russian military operation in Ukraine. Again, that's Reuters citing RIA.
that nobody went bankrupt by cashing in too soon. So I'm sticking with that mantra, and I'm sticking with that.
Meanwhile, the finance minister commenting says the ministry, together with the central bank, are working on measures to make the ruble more predictable and less volatile.
Economists are wondering whether the ECB could adopt a more aggressive stance towards record inflation by lifting rates. Okay, that's a good one. Now, that's where we are with S&P currently, and the cable trade is still open. So where's my cable trade? My cable trade is still here. So that's a cable trade. Let me just change the time frame quickly and zoom in, and that'll give you a better view. So this is the entry, a retest of the low. Stop is above the entry. I'm locking in a little bit of money. I'm gonna move the stop loss a little bit higher. Lock in, let's call it 10 points, or about $50 on this trade. So whatever happens, if the price goes against me, I'll walk away with at least $50 on this trade, but keeping it running. So there's nothing else that I can do here with cable, and I'm waiting to see.
And NATO,
if the other
Stoltenberg
orders
commenting
are
as well,
triggered.
says NATO members have agreed to strengthen their support to Ukraine.
Okay. We are coming fairly close to 3 o'clock my time here, so it's 6 minutes to 3. This has been running for over an hour now. I'll be back with you tomorrow at the usual time, same as today. If you have any questions, feel free, ask. You're more than welcome. If you want me to go and look at anything, fine. If you need me to post something in the community, I'll be happy to do so as well. In the meantime, it's great to be back, and I wish you a successful afternoon. Stay safe and happy trading. Happy trading, guys.
And US President Biden says the weekly jobless data does show America is on the move again.
In the meantime, it's great to be Hi HPQ, welcome. Is there anything else going on? We didn't check out gold. Normally we would cover gold and crude oil. Gold is going sideways at the moment. There's nothing exciting here with gold. This is definitely an area of interest. Low 1980. Loss of that level could open the way for a dip lower towards 1900, 1890 to the downside. Upside is initially capped by this low, and this high. I was bullish gold, but it was short-lived. I think gold could push higher, yes, but it needs to break. It needs to break through some levels of resistance. So we have this area here. So look, high, lower high, high, lower high, lower high, lower high. So 1935 is the level which could be of interest here. From the intraday point of view, low, high, low, high, low, high, low. So there's, you can see there's a sideways price action, but a coiling. So what would I like to see? Well, I would like to see a rally and a breakout. So let me just do that, and then that will be better. So let me just do this. I'll move the price right in the middle of the screen. So what I would like to see is, I would like to see a breakout above here, and then possible retest, and then entry around there for a spike higher, and that spike higher could be as big as this, added to the upside, and then that brings us to that 1975 on the upside, and so on. So that's where I am with gold. I'm bullish gold, but it needs to follow through to the upside. It needs to follow through to the upside. I'll be back with you tomorrow. I'll be back with you tomorrow with
seeing a poll doing the rounds here from
Atlas
Politico. It's just been tweeted by Europe Elects, and it shows the presidential runoff election with Le Pen leading on 50.5% compared to Macron on 49.5%. The polls from Atlas Politico just been tweeted by Europe Elects.
So let me show you where I am now. So this was closed. It's not half exactly, but a little bit more than half at 44.
The fieldwork on the poll done between the 4th and 6th of April doesn't give a sample size for
84.
the poll either. I believe this is one of the first polls though that's shown Le Pen leading in the runoff vote. Poll shows 50.5% for Le Pen to 49.5% for Macron. We'll try and get some more colour on it.
44.73. So this is closed now. So this position is closed. And for those of you
Data
who haven't,
from Freddie Mac in the US, the 30-year fixed rate mortgage 4.72%. That's up from 4.67% last week.
For those of you who are saying, oh, how come you closed here? Basically what happened is the price went higher, hit the resistance. I took partial profit here, moved the stop loss above my entry, locked in a few more points here, and then as the price started reversing, I got stopped out. So this second half of the position closing was basically a stop loss that was above the entry. I'm putting a disclaimer on again, just to be on the safe side, because I can see there's few new people here. Hello, I'm in stock. HPQ is thriving today. Samuel, hey Samuel, how are you? Good to see you, man. Good. Yeah, sorry, I had to disappear for a bit. I had some family issues to deal with, and I will be back. I need to travel again towards the end of the month. I'll be gone for about 5 days. It won't be 3 or 4 weeks again, but yeah, I'll be doing this on regular daily basis as per normal, and always good. Sorry, HPQ. I what's the name? What's the HPQ stock name? Is it HP? Sorry. I don't think I might have the data on this particular data feed, but I might find it somewhere else. So if I can, no, there's no stocks here. This is just indices, FX, commodities, stuff like that. HPQ. Let me just see. Where is the HPQ? HPQ stock ticker. Hewlett Packard. Okay. Hewlett Packard. Let me see if I can find HPQ shares. Here we go. No, it's not. It doesn't like it. Shares, countries.
So some caveats come into this latest French election poll that's doing the rounds here. Atlas Politico, they're in fact a Brazilian pollster. Though it's been pointed out they did do quite well in the US election forecasts.
Let me try HP. Sorry, buddy. I don't have the data for Hewlett Packard here. Sorry. Yeah, sorry, can't help you. Can't help you with that. I would love to, but no. Okie dokie. Guys, it was lovely talking to you all. I gotta go now. I'll see you all tomorrow at the same time, so it'll be probably around 1:30, 2 o'clock UK time. If you're based somewhere else, it's probably an hour or 30 minutes ahead of US markets opening. Yeah, I'll get back to the usual stuff. Okay, it was lovely talking to you all, guys. Thanks, guys. Thanks, Robert. There's quite a few people watching on the outside. Let's just see, where are we now? So Joao, sorry, I don't know if I'm Daniel, Enrique, Johnny, Gonzalez, Stevie, Sean, Nanda 197. If you're watching this, I've sent you the invite to connect in a chat, so check it out. It'll be good to connect as well. Mr. Power K, anybody else who is watching us on the inside and outside. So stay safe, happy trading, and I'll speak to you all tomorrow. Bye for now. Thank you, guys. Thanks for watching.